Hi friends, Bonnie here, and we are in the home stretch of the 2024 Turquoise Tufa annual Native American jewelry catalog. Whew, it's been a lot, and if you are still with me, you are a true fan of Native American jewelry. Thank you so much for staying with me the whole way. I can't believe it. I'm going to get right into it with Tony Aguilar Sr. I love this piece. This came to me from a collection of a gentleman who collected mainly Tony Aguilar. Along with that belt I showed you probably in the second video, not belt, buckle. It was a little tiny cool buckle, and I couldn't identify who the artist was, but it definitely looked Keiwa. So these are hand cut beads, mostly green turquoise, which I think is just to die for. I love the way we have turquoise from Mixed Minds here. I love the way he cut this black, probably jet bead there. And of course we have his brass beads, his brass barrel beads. We have this one pipestone bead. I think this is one of my very favorite Tony Aguilar necklaces ever. I am a sucker for green turquoise. There's nothing like it. And this is so well done. Isn't it pretty? Oh, it's so good. Again, I'll say this for hopefully the final time. This is gonna look smaller on the video than it does in real life, but wow, it has presence. Wow, it's an amazing piece. I have it with two other pieces. One is another Tony Aguilar ring of green turquoise from the same collection. See that? It's very simple brass. It is signed with Tony's hallmark, but it's rare. I'd say it's rarer to find his brass jewelry than it is to find his silver jewelry. And often with the silver jewelry, there is the question of, is this Tony Aguilar Sr. or is this one of his sons? And I think a lot of the jewelry out there being sold as Tony Aguilar Sr. was actually done by one of his sons. The next piece that I have on that page is from Marti Struever's private collection. And I think this must be Keiwa. It's a brass overlay, which is really rare to see. But I don't have any documentation as to who the artist is. I do know that there were a few brass pieces that Yazzie Johnson did. So there's a slight possibility this could be Navajo and that this was done by Yazzie Johnson. I've not had the chance to see Yazzie and ask him if he did this. So this could be a fun surprise if it's a Yazzie Johnson piece. I just don't know. But I love it. If there's anything that rings a bell with you, let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts on who did this piece. Okay, next I have another great Tony Aguilar necklace from the same collection. I hate taking this one off because I am wild about it. This is the next one. We have his earlier hallmark there, right on the ends, and then we have kind of rustic setting, and then all kinds of different turquoise beads. Something I want to say about a lot of Pueblo artists, which I think is really neat, and definitely Tony Aguilar. He was not somebody unlike say Perry Shorty, who was committed to always using high grade natural turquoise. He would be fine if turquoise was stabilized. And this is likely stabilized turquoise. But you know what? It looks great. And you know it was done by the hands of Tony. So I'll put this one on. This is a little bit more of a choker look. Let me stand up so you can get a better look at that. It's another really interesting design of his. I may not have done the clasp right, and it may be a little bit twisted there, but you get the idea. Okay, so this necklace got its own page. Now we move back to some great Zuni dangles from the same collection I told you. The woman who has such an incredible collection of old Zuni, and I am frequently asking her if she is ready to part with anything for us. Fortunately, this year she was. What I want to show you about these is how complex they are. All of the little findings are handmade. There you go. You can see. Look at the little center dangle in the triangle. And also, I want you to notice the back here. Look at how this wire is set into its own little holder, and notice how it is articulated to give this earring so much movement. I'm not gonna put them on just because it'll take me a long time, and I know you've been sitting there patiently for a really long time, but look how pretty those are. Can you see them? And notice how they really move and dance and sway. This artist was really exceptional at not only setting stone, but also creating all of the little silver work that goes along with these. Next, I have for you a well done Tufa cast silver pin that I really like. It's heavy silver in that, I should say, sand cast. And look at that nice domed turquoise stone. It's really a great piece. And a lot of times these days you'll see some pieces somewhat similar to this, but the silver is not very heavy like this. It might be really, really lightweight silver. So this is, again, a nice pin, which, remember, you don't have to just pin on your clothing. You can pin elsewhere for another great look. Okay, now we're moving into 3 more pieces of Marti Struever's private collection. And again, I have to say it one more time. I hope that if you purchase these, you will use them to honor her, to continue to talk about her, keep her memory alive, because, oh, that would mean so much to her. These two I put together because they are arrow themed. This is her little ring with arrows. It is stamped sterling, so it's a little bit later. It's really pretty on the finger. And then I have it pictured with her little Fred Harvey arrow pin with a nice kind of domed turquoise stone and a whirling log on the point of the pin. There's a lot of people who really like collecting all things whirling log these days. The Nazis co-opted this early symbol of often it meant good luck. I think Marti used this as a hat pin. I mentioned that these little pins go great in hats. He is so adorable. He's got a little, oh, I wish you could see this in more detail, but he's got a little inlay body, 2 inset eyes, there we go, and some nice stamp work. He's just a great little guy that makes you smile. These are, as far as the early earrings, the biggest showstoppers that I have. These are truly, truly incredible. They have an incredible price to match. I'll warn you of that beforehand, but you won't find earrings like this easily. They are Zuni, flush inlay, and wow, are they stellar. These go in my ears. I'm gonna have to take the time to put these in because I want you to see them. These are definitely earrings you would find in a museum. Any museum would be thrilled to have these. They're so stellar. There was a pair I had of Marti Struevers way back in the day that had this similar flush inlay. They weren't as impressive as these, but she would have gone crazy for this pair. These come from my great Zuni earring collector who decided after much thought to let me have them. I think they're blue gem turquoise, she said, and wowee, wowee. I'm lucky to have these to show them. I'm lucky to have these to show you because they're really, really great. On this same page, just to mix it up, I decided to put a Tufa cast bracelet by my dear friend Ira Custer, who we lost this year. If you don't know, tufa casting is where you melt silver and you pour it into a mold of tufa, which is like a hard sandstone rock, and you would carve this design by hand in that hard rock, and then you have 2 blocks of it. You would put them together and then you pour the silver in, you let it harden. This would of course come out flat as a flat thing, and then Ira would have shaped this into a cuff. It's a very painstaking process, and I love the way it's narrower here and goes to a wider section here. It's a lovely piece, and it means so much to me to think that it was in my dear friend's hands. To go with these flush inlay earrings, I have a flush inlay ring, and it's a bigger size. It's a 10, and it can be sized. So if you're a man who thinks that I don't have enough jewelry for you, look at this beautiful piece. I've got this one. It looks good with the earrings too. So if you want to do something fun with your wife or your significant other, you could do that. And yeah, this can be sized up if need be. Could also be sized down a little bit. Really nice. Now we are going to the only non-native artist in the catalog. That is Frank Patania Sr. And I included his necklace because I think he definitely deserves to be included with native art. In fact, he is often included with native art. While he was Italian, he still cross-pollinated ideas with Native American artists who he hired to work at his shop in Santa Fe and later in Arizona called the Thunderbird Shop. So this is one of his necklaces. It is, oh boy, it is phenomenal. It is transformative. I had, I think, 2 of his necklaces in last year's catalog, and I received a 3rd one from the same collection. This is all hand done. Look at how perfectly those pendants are graduated. It is shockingly beautiful, shockingly well done. Look at that piece. Look at that necklace. I feel regal in this necklace and these earrings. So you might not think to put this Darrell Jumbo bracelet together with a Frank Patania Sr. necklace, but something about them looks great together. This is a height bangle. You have his Elephant Man hallmark there. These are bats. And then you have this teeny hole that was drilled in the silver. It's such cool design. Oh my goodness, I love it. This unfortunately can't be sized, so it's got to fit you. You could stack this with the other Darrell Jumbo from earlier in the catalog for a really cool look. You could also stack with other bracelets, and in fact, I'll show you right now. We'll move to this Leroy Begay silver inlay strand bracelet. This is my favorite Leroy Begay that I've ever seen. He's a Navajo artist. Look how he inlaid the coral in that turquoise. Little coral bead there, we'll call it. And then there's more inlay going down the side. So here it's like heavily geometric. And then here on this side, it softens into these swirls. It's just stellar design. I love it. And you put this on and you have these swirls kind of dip down towards your hand. Such a lovely piece. I just get excited by this jewelry. In case you can't tell, I think it's just breathtaking what these native artists do. Next I have a second Norbert Peshlakai buckle. This one makes use of his stamps with one red coral stone. It's really a pretty piece. It's simple, elegant, refined, everything you would want a nice piece of contemporary jewelry to be. Signed on the back with Norbert's hallmark. I realize every time I take pieces in and out of bags, it's probably an ASMR experience for you. And some of you may like it, others of you may hate it. I'm sorry for that noise. I tried to remove pieces from bags before I started, but I didn't get them all out of the bags. Next, I have a pair of earrings by Jennifer Curtis, who is the daughter of the late silversmith Thomas Curtis of Navajo descent. Thomas was just so skilled in his ability, and Jennifer is carrying that torch beautifully. These earrings are high-grade lapis, and around the side she has done decoration in the silver work. Let's see if that will focus. There you go. To me, I was speaking earlier about feeling regal in this necklace. To me, these earrings look like something royalty would wear. The color, this design in the silver work, they're so pretty. The one thing I want to say about these, there is a bit of thickness to the earrings, and some of you might be bothered by how thick they are. You can kind of see that there. I am not bothered by that. And a little secret for you, you can put some extra backings on earrings that are thick if they tend to pull down. You can also do that with earrings that are heavy, and it'll help prop them up more in your ears. But I think they're striking, and look how good they look with this necklace. So pretty. Thank you for letting me get excited over these pieces with you. The next piece I have is by Veronica Poblano, and it is a lovely inlaid ring with lapis, with jet, with white shell, carved shell, turquoise, and it makes a beautiful statement. Look at that as it goes down all the way to the knuckle right there on the hand. It's so lovely. You could do this whole get up, the earrings, the ring, and this Patania necklace for a fun way of combining the jewelry. Okay friends, I removed my Patania necklace and I'm ready to show you the final 2 pages of jewelry. I can't believe that we're through everything, but I feel strangely energized because putting these pieces on is so fun. I'm going to show you 2 pieces now that are sold separately. This is a beautiful Palakmana. It's Hopi overlay by Aldi Qumyintewa. It's signed on the back with Aldi's hallmark and the Hopi Guild mark. And I decided just to show you to pair it with Terry and Joe Reano. You remember them from the necklace, I think that was on maybe page 3 or 4 of the catalog. They work in the old traditional style. They're from Kewa Pueblo. So this is all hand rolled. This is from the private collection of Marti Struever. It's Gaspiite and it's just a little guy. It looks beautiful all by itself. It also looks really pretty with a pendant. So it is sold separately, I'm sorry, but you can buy them both, right? If you fall in love with them both. So this is Aldi's piece on the Joe and Terry Reano necklace. It's fun to have the Gaspiite. People at Kewa Pueblo do tend to use Gaspiite quite a bit these days, although it's not one of the more traditional stones that you are used to seeing, like turquoise and coral. I even think it looks pretty with these lapis earrings. Okay, I need to show you some more earrings. These I thought were really cool. They're by Matthew White. He is a Navajo artist, and they are tufa cast silver with inlay. The size is really nice. They're very easy to wear. They're really well done. Gold bead there. So that's these earrings. They're a little hard to see, but they're so pretty. And what I wanted you to notice is that you can mix. You could put those earrings with this pendant and have a really nice pairing there. Finally, in the earring realm, I have some nice Hopi Guild earrings. I have a pair like these, very similar. Mine are just, I don't even think mine are Hopi Guild. I got them on a field trip with Marty, and I wear them all the time. I absolutely love them. They go with everything. So that's these. And if you look at the back, oops, you'll see the Hopi Guild mark. Really nice. Okay, in some ways I have saved my favorite for last. I am a sucker for animals. I am captivated by animal jewelry done in the hands of true artists. I think there's nothing like it. It brings me so much joy. In fact, I'm going to have a section on the website this fall called Animalitos. For now, I have this animal belt. Here's some loud ASMR for you. Okay, I think this belt is so great. It's Wilbur Wauneka. He's Navajo, and each one of these panels or conchos is like a painting in silver of all of the animals, most of the animals that we would find here in New Mexico. Look at the bear. I think it's so wonderful. So notice you have kind of a traditionally stamped border, but then you have mountains with trees, and you can see his fur and his little face. It's so great. This would be, you know, considered a storyteller belt, but it's such a detailed one. There's a moose. You have more mountains. Look at how his fur is detailed with little tufts here and there. And he's standing in the water. Next you have, I'm going to stand up and show this to you. Next you have this bald eagle. He's in the mountains, looking regal. Then we have the elk, again in the mountains. I think that may be a waterfall over, no, or is that a tree? Anyway, whatever it is, it's so great. And then an owl, sweet owl. He's definitely in his tree in the mountains. Then we have, this is one of my favorites, a coyote, a beaver. Oh, you're getting some glare there, but Mr. Beaver is so cute. And then finally, a mountain lion, the animal that strikes fear in my heart as I hike. And this belt is a nice size. That's going to pick up on my microphone, but it's a really nice size. You could punch new holes if need be, and you could arrange the conchos by sliding them to be spaced however you want them to be. But it's such a great piece. It's just so well done. That's it, friends. Thank you so much for looking at this with me. I hope that you find something that you like. I hope you'll purchase something and you'll remember our time together here during these videos. You are the best. I can't thank you enough for all of your support over the years. When I did my first catalog, I did not know if there would be a second catalog. In fact, every year I wonder if there will be another catalog, because I need to have pieces that are exciting and wonderful. And every year the pieces somehow make it to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. May you be blessed. Bye-bye.